Hello, everyone. So there's a press release from Senator Ireti Kingibe. She talks about, the fallout from her interview and the fact that she signed the report. What was it that they call it? Suspending Senator Natasha. So a lot of people have been unhappy, especially people from her constituency, knowing fully well a lot of people put everything on the line to ensure that she was elected. And the belief is that, you're fighting for us, you're part of us. Yeah, there are some things that have gone on here and there. Just feel like this thing, we're on the same side. And it turns out almost you're siding with the accused. The oppressor. She also has been oppressed many times. She also has had Senator Ireti has also had her meltdowns, which is perfectly okay. You're in a place where you're treated less than others. You're not given the opportunity to do the things you're supposed to do. We've seen the way they've tried to just shut her voice down, be it Senate President Akpabio, be it Wike. We've seen all the things that they've doing, and Akpabio has never hidden it, sided wholeheartedly with Wike against Senator Ireti Kingibe. And so seeing all of this is just like, okay. And then Natasha also, what is even making this so very annoying is the fact that Natasha has always been someone who has stood with Senator Ireti Kingibe. Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaga. I need to keep remembering that because I've known her. We are like so I keep forgetting. No, she's Senator Akpoti Uduaga. She has always stood with Senator Kingibe. And then when this whole thing happened, it's literally like you throw her under the bus. You come to negate all the things that she's been going through, try to infantilize her, try to make her look as if she didn't know what she was doing. That's just sounded so much like a betrayal. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm taking this personally. I really felt it, honestly. Senator Kingibe is someone I call auntie. I really felt that. I'm like, nah, not like this, not like this. When she said that thing about sometimes silence is, she actually should have been silent. I know I was one of those that were like, where is the support? Because I expected solidarity. I expected you coming up. But anyway, let me not talk too much. Let me just read. She did a press release. I think this was yesterday that she put out. Yeah, yesterday that she put out this press release. Even the press release itself could have been well better worded. Honestly, I just don't know, Amali. Oh Lord, have mercy. And even before that, people have complained and all of that. I know the kind of this. I'm like, no, she's trying, she's doing well. She's trying, with the forces against her. She does a lot of things. Probably she isn't showing it through media and all of that. And then this whole thing is like, oh Lord, have mercy. I don't even know anymore, honestly. But this is a press release from Senator Ireti Kingibe. She said, my unwavering stance for justice and women's rights. As a senator representing the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in the 10th Senate, and the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women Affairs, so I would like to state to all Nigerians that I am aware of the public dismay, and I would like to address a few things officially. So this is good. The fact that, first of all, she understands that people are angry at her. People don't like what she has done, and a lot of people feel betrayed by what she has done. So their acknowledgement is good to come to say, okay, I understand you now, because which is normal. We are all human. Sometimes we will make mistakes. Sometimes we will do things that are just, we shouldn't have done them, or we didn't think them through, or we didn't do the right thing. Just own up to it and say, okay, I know you're not feeling good about what I've done. If you had certain reasons why you took that this, you come out to state the reasons and say, these are the reasons why I made these things. I took this decision. I went at the line and all of that. So she said, first, I would like to assure Nigerians that I will be at the forefront to champion the sexual harassment case involving my colleague Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan when the investigation comes to the Red Chamber. Who wrote this speech? So this is the thing. When people are on a team, and I always tell people, you are supposed to protect your principal. Even when, if you're going to put out something that the thing head no correct, your duty is to look at it and like, no, even if you have to fight, you fight with your principal. And that's why people must have that on a team. I can't have a team of people that can't challenge me. That's not possible now. Challenge it, because that statement in itself, that's absolute nonsense. Oh, so you're telling us that it is when it comes to the Red Chamber that you stand for it. Otherwise, you are not going to stand for it. That's what this statement says, Rita. It might not be what she meant, but that's what is reading out. Because what we expect is that you should champion this case and say, let there be an investigation. This thing has to come to the chamber, so non-chamber, so we must get the truth of it, because that is the basis of it. It's not about you for her. You're not supposed to support this or support that. You're supposed to support the process that leads to the truth of the issue being brought out. So you don't wait until it gets to the Red Chambers before you begin to process it. You begin to process it now and ensure that there is transparency, there is a hearing, and there's independence in that hearing. Not just even coming. Who are those in the Red Chambers that are going to do? The people that have already given vote of confidence to Akpabio, all of you people that have signed the report suspending Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Who is it in that Red Chamber that this thing is going to come to, and she's going to expect justice? You guys have already made up your mind. You've shown it in your wording. You've shown it in your action. You've shown it in the signatures that you guys have also, appended to whatever it is that you appended it to. So it continues. Let me continue this. He said, I'm aware of the narrative that has been going around, and to set the record straight, my actions were not to undermine her claims, but to prove that I was not aware in the first place of any such happenings. Notwithstanding, I remain steadfast in the fight against all forms of violence against girls and women. So in this case also, where Senator Natasha is saying this, your action, why do you have to be aware for it to be the truth or not the truth? That's not the question. Somebody has said there's an allegation. The first thing is that let's get to the bottom of it. It's not that, oh, why didn't you come and tell me kind of mentality? Because that's what we see, right now. This kind, oh, baby, as in the mama of the house now, I had to have come and tell you. And I think somehow, I mean, as we go on, older generation, every one of us, we are all older generation women, whatever category that we think we are. I'm 51. I'm very much older generation women. Senator Ireti Kingibe is 70. She's 70. She's going to be 71. Either 70 or 71. She's like 20 years my senior. She's older generation where I am. I am also older generation where the people in their 40s, 30s are. People in their 20s. I am even ancient generation. And so if you're in your 30s, people who are in their 20s or teenagers, you are also older generation. So there's that older generation thing, and we must not infantilize people and think that, oh, because I'm older than you, then you must come and do this whatever. But even at that, there are some in that interview that she did when she's talking about he's asking her to come and meet her in a hotel. What does that mean? Why the heck are you asking me to come and meet you in your hotel to bring motion? Which she had said, from some of the reports out there, she had said, no, it's in the house. Why do I Before I continue, Sha, just watch this.
Over trivialities like sitting arrangements. It's a place where we're supposed to fight about issues that affect the people. And that's why this whole thing is a non-issue. If we were fighting, the truth, when I say it's not gender friendly, we expected, because there were only 4 of us, that we'll get privileges. But we don't get them. We fought to get there, and the fight continues until we can get more women in the Senate. So if we don't get privileges, we don't get them. But it does not mean that we don't get our rights. The 3 of us have not been sexually harassed. That not to say if Senator Natasha can prove that he has been, that is fine. We will support her. But she's never discussed it with us. We don't know about it. She did not respond to the rest of the female senators. She has not spoken to any of us throughout this whole episode. From change of seat to now. Senator Banigo was with her, tried to talk to her that it can be resolved. She did not listen to her. So I'm coming to say that women of Nigeria have larger things in front of them. We are trying to pass special bills, 35% inclusion. We cannot be fighting over where we sit. And it really denigrates the institution in a manner that's not beneficial to Nigeria, the people, or the women. That's all I'm here to say.
We cannot be fighting over where we sit. At the end interview at the Vestimo. Oh no. Yeah. It's like somebody stabbing you in the back. You understand? That's it. People fought for it. People, I remember a lot of people fought. Put their lives on the line, everything, to ensure rigging did not happen in Abuja. In the middle, when they said they were bringing talks to this, is it one calculation center? Be which collation? I know how people were going left, right, center, and you come to say this. It's not about free. Did they tell? Oh Lord, have mercy. So the day that Senator Ireti walked out of this thing, was it just about that thing? There are no remote causes. Seats matter. Because like Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan had explained, where you're seated matter. That's where they will see when you raise your hand. Because you have to be acknowledged before you can sit on the place at the Senate, right? Even the same this thing. Okay, one of the Akpabio, when he was ranting over seats, it wasn't frivolous then. So because it's Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan that is doing it, that all of a sudden it becomes frivolous. I just don't. I really don't get this. You're talking about national interest conversation, fighting for the people, non-issue, whatever. And then the fact that you guys had not been sexually harassed, so does that mean that she hasn't, or what? What was that all about? Who was that? Okay, now. Okay, sure. Let me continue. Yeah, because I was actually listening to I was also listening to the this thing, to write them. I had to listen again to be sure. Did I hear something differently? Was there something I was supposed to capture that I did not capture? As she continues to say, as a sitting senator, I will always defend the truth and fight to right all wrongs. Over the years, sexual harassment and assault have become commonplace in our homes and workplaces. Yet you knew this, and yet you are negating somebody else's claim, saying that, oh, you've not been, the rest of three of you have not been sexually harassed. Maybe what you don't take as sexual harassment, your generation, their generation take it as sexual harassment. What my generation probably takes as sexual harassment, they don't take it as they take it as sexual harassment, or what we don't. You know, it's you can't tell. Once an accusation of sexual harassment is formally tabled before the Senate, it will be incumbent on the body to note that this weighty issue must be investigated thoroughly by the appropriate mechanism within the institution of the Senate. So who is going to table it? She has put the petition, they've ridiculed the petition, done all sorts of things. So is it me from outside now that is going to table it, or what? It shouldn't. Even from this message, she's not writing that she's carrying this on to say the Senate, as the woman, as the chairman of the Committee on Women Affairs, I expect you, because you know this is what women go through a lot of places. Senator Ireti Kingibe should be the one at the forefront, insisting that this matter must be heard. You can't silence, this matter. You can't push it under. You can't brush it away. You can't suspend somebody for 6 months for saying because they demanded a better arrangement, and they aired out their frustration. Why would you air out your frustration against someone that you were both all voted in just because the person happens to be the president of the Senate? The president of the Senate does not confer on you powers. What he confers on you is responsibility, which Akpabio clearly has not shown that he has the capacity to take on those responsibility. The office of the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women Affairs, which I chair, stands as a pillar of hope and watershed for equality, equity, inclusivity, and opportunity. It offers Nigerian women recourse, refuge, and right to dignity and social justice. It's in this capacity that I'm demanding an open. Okay, fine. Thank God, finally here she's demanding. So this is what needs to happen. Push it for. She said, I'm demanding an open, transparent, and fair investigation into the allegation of sexual harassment. Justice, fairness, and equity must be provided for everyone, regardless of gender position. This particular part of this speech should have been what is at the forefront. All those other things, if it comes to the Senate, when it comes to the Senate, because okay, it has not come to the Senate. Now you are demanding it at the bottom of the statement. This is what should have been. Whoever wrote this, honestly, they didn't do Senator Ireti, where the damage control, because this is all damage control that needs to be done. It needs to be a team of experts sitting down and working on how do you get this in. This is the core of the matter. Begin to fight it, and then Nigerians, we are really forgiving people. We say, okay, fine, yeah, maybe initially there were certain things that made her to do that interview, but now we're seeing her fighting for this whole thing and ensuring that Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan gets the justice that she deserves, gets a fair hearing, gets that transparent one at that. I affirm my commitment to protecting the rights of girls and women across Nigeria. I align with the global community in advocating for increased gender equity in political representation and across all sectors of our society. To this end, I'm focused on advancing 35% gender inclusion bill and the establishment of special seats for women to ensure greater participation of women in governance. The Gender Equality Bill 2025 SB 743, which I'm pushing, has passed the first reading, and this is now awaiting the second reading. I remain resolute in my service to the Nigerian people, undeterred by falsehoods. Falsehoods? Who are the people who did falsehoods? Madam Senator, nobody did falsehood. People are reacting. I don't know. This statement is just so full of a whole lot of, Lord have mercy. Ooh, oh my, I would like therefore to assure Nigerians, especially Nigerian women, and committed to fostering democracy where... No. Okay, I remain resolute in my service to the Nigerian people, undeterred by falsehoods, and committed to fostering a democracy where justice, fairness, and equity prevails. There's no falsehood. People are angry, and justifiably so. As a public servant, as someone who is serving the people, you need to recognize when people are angry and just take ownership. Yes, and we all make mistakes. Every one of us, we can make mistakes. We can make some mistakes that, like, there are things that you do, put your hand on it. Oh my goodness, how did I, what did I do? What did I just do? What did I do? Sometimes it's something you said, it happens. Just own up. Don't try to bamboozle your way. Don't try to be smart about it. Just own up. Be vulnerable. Yes, I've done this thing. Apologies for it. Yes, I didn't really think it through. That interview didn't come out the way it ought to have come out. This thing. And just make amends and just begin to do the right thing. Don't come and hide behind making us seem as if, oh, we don't know what we're doing. No, that's not it. That's not the case at all. I would like, therefore, to assure Nigerians, especially Nigerian women, my obedient political family, and I saw where somebody said they didn't even spell the obedient very well, because the obedient is not the obedient as obedient is OBE, it's actually OBI. There was someone who pointed that out in a tweet. And my FCT constituted, I remain focused on delivering good governance even amid daunting challenges that new Nigeria may prevail. Any information trying to purport that I'm sympathetic to sexual harassment of any kind, whether in the Senate or elsewhere, should be disregarded. It's not anything about this information. This is something that you have come out to, your action, your interviews, you're saying, and people are just accept that, and let's walk through it and say, okay, no, this is not what I meant when I said this. So who is doing any disinformation or anything? As a leader and senator, I'll never do anything to undermine your valuable trust. Finally, I'd like to reaffirm my steadfast commitment to protecting the rights of girls and women across Nigeria. I remain resolute in my service to the Nigerian people and committed to fostering democracy where justice, fairness, and equity are paramount. Signed, Senator Ireti Kingibe, Senator representing the Federal Capital Territory, Chairperson, Senate Committee on Women Affairs. And So this is the reaction hasn't been that good, honestly. It hasn't been that good. Like someone said, I say word salad. Another person could not even spell obedient correctly. I'm not sure you are still a member of this family, according to Chima Ihesuolo. And someone now brought out an interview and said, this was you on Arise, this was you, your stance here trivialize her claim. Writing all this now does not fix the trust you have broken. So it's not about somebody trying to do this thing. It's something that is there publicly. And I think a more humane apology, a more humble apology, not using words, whatever. At this moment, I think like having a meeting with your people, your constituents, do a town hall meeting, say to them, look, yes, I'm sorry, my words didn't come out the way it's supposed to come out. I didn't word it very well, not to try and bamboozle or make us feel that also there are some people who are doing one thing against it. Fakushi Hashim said that is all and good, but we need to understand what happened, Senator. As your voter, the past week has been deeply disappointing and shocking, but we should not, but we should be able to move on after accountability. Were you threatened? Are you afraid? Speak to us. I wish is the thing. It's just take responsibility, be accountable for what you've done, and then Nigerians will always move on. We forget these things. We just carry on and go on. Seni Akinrende said, "You feel the people that stood by you against all odds. Just follow Akpabio into retirement. No chance for 2027 election." And then Dr. Uzoma Ajebo said talking nonsense over there. It's a whole lot, and then someone brought out this thing that was filled with the name that is there. Ah, Queen Bey, this one says, you are ashamed to womanhood. You were silent all through when Natasha was bullied up and down and no words from you. You've forgotten we all stood by you when Wiki was after you, which is so true. People, because Wiki, Senator Ireti Kingibe has been through so much harassment also in that. It might not be sexual harassment, but there will be that harassment being denigrated and all of that in that National Assembly, both from Wiki and also from the Senate itself. And on several occasions, Akpabio has stood firmly with Wiki, thrown his colleague under the bus. And I think I've did some videos on all of that to see Senator Ireti, seeing Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who has always stood by her, going through her own tough time, and Senator Kingibe decided to just throw her under the bus. No comment.